f2 maybe. Just focusing on his pawn, keeping him away from my pieces. The bishop e2 is a bit passive, but I think I have a small edge. And I'm trying to create a passed pawn on the queen side. I'm actually a second ahead on the clock. It's not much, obviously. I think I missed a tactic there, right, folks? Knight on c takes b5. That was bad. So you gotta win with little tactics. I should have played knight on c takes b5, winning a pawn. His bishop on d7 is overloaded. So I played a little too simple here. And this position now is a4. Interesting. Yeah. a4 is interesting. Creating the passed pawn. A4 also opens up the a2 square for my queen. Now, I don't know why he's doing this. Bishop takes there. Okay. No problem. Bishop f1. It's all part of the show. Now, if ba, I have either b5, which actually looks quite interesting. Actually, why not? I mean, b5 is good. Also, knight takes a4 was playable. Knight takes a4, bishop takes a4, queen a2 check, picking up the bishop on a4. Notice the effect of his king being exposed on g8 here. Mocha and chocolate with a little whiskey. Sounds good. Bishop d7. And if he tries to win my pawn on b5, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. So now we've got something that's pretty usual in this Leningrad Dutch type of position, actually. The outside pawn for white on b5. It happens in the main lines as well. So now queen there. Well, he's hitting my queen. I have a check. And I think the check is an important move for tempo, to gain a tempo here. I guess we're trading bishops on g7. If we have any tactics, any loose pieces, maybe that was a wrong move, actually, because I could have tried something else. I don't really like my knight on a4 here. This guy is hanging a little too tough. My f2 is under attack. So rook f6. Knight c3. Rook takes rook. Now he has rook takes f2. Rook takes f2. I'm lucky I'm not lost immediately after rook takes f2. Knight takes f2. I don't know why he chose knight takes f2. Yeah, I've got to be careful here. It's okay. Rook e1, I guess. This was a badly played stage of the game. I'm gonna have to flag this guy a pawn down myself. Talking about flagging people. Badly played stage of the game. Queen d2. I thought he should have taken with a rook, and he was like, I would have been in big trouble. As it is, and he's really not giving up. Queen h6. Queen h6 doesn't work. He even has that covered. I should not underestimate this guy here. Queen d4. Just staying as active as I can. Rook g5. My goodness. He's scaring me. He has 18 seconds. Bishop takes h3 was just unleashed on me. Don't I have any trades or anything? Queen h4. I can't. He has mate on h1. It's unbelievable, dude. And he's attacking g2 again. Alright. This is only move. I just hung a piece. I just hung a piece. It was a mouse slip. It was a mouse slip. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I was just like panicking. But Blitz is ugly. Blitz is really ugly. Now I'm the flagger in the lost position. This guy played pretty well. Wow. Alright. Let's check the time. Alright, let's go back to 15-minute chess. This Blitz is degenerating. Degenerating. We'll try to play 15. If we don't get a 15, we'll play Blitz, but we can also try to play chess 960. Maybe I'll put a seek out. Welcome everybody to the stream. International Master William Pascal. Mostly playing like longer games, 15-minute, if I can, but at the moment we played a couple Blitz games after coffee break, and we had a draw in one game that was better for me, but failed to convert, and then the second game degenerated. I was better again, but then I was like down a pawn, and then I was almost getting mated, then I mouse slipped a piece. So we're lucky to win that one on time. Our first time win, I think. So welcome everybody. If you have any questions, any chess-related questions, it's not just about me playing. I'm happy to help. Any kind of general chess questions. International Master living in Hungary. I also play poker. We got a 15-minute game. Let's do it. Now we can relax a little bit, but not too much, because it's a false sense of security. So these Finnish guys tend to be pretty tough in chess and poker. I'm gonna play Sicilian. We played a Scandinavian today. Actually, I don't know why I'm afraid to play the Scandinavian, because I got a good game with it. Scandinavian with knight f6. I produced some chess material, some paid chess material for chesslecture.com. I did a series on the Scandinavian with knight f6, which was very successful. This is our second Rossolimo today. For those of you that tuned in at 7 o'clock Central European time, we had bishop e5 check, knight c6 earlier today. But our first opponent traded on c6. This guy's playing the main line with castles, and yeah, I'm supposed to play bishop d7 here. If you play c3 on move 4, you have to play knight f6. It's a very important variation and a different move order. That's very, very, very critical. The 4c3, I recommend playing that move, and very few people play it. It's as good as the others, just there's additional tricks. Looks like the channel's kind of quiet. 2106. This is the main line. I've struggled a bit against this line. Critical position after c3, a6. Whether white plays bishop takes c6, which is a gambit. Grandmaster Ruben Felgar played it against me years ago in Budapest. Bishop f1, which is like the standard move. Or bishop a4, a la Roy Lopez, which I think is a move that should be played more often. It's very possible that bishop a4 is the best move for white, in my humble opinion. Alright, so now we go into the quote-unquote main line. I was going over some Michael Adams games recently, and I didn't know that he played this line, but I'm not sure. It was a couple of years ago or when it was. He played like d4 immediately in this position. That's a line. It's a line that black has to be prepared for, and his opponent played it very badly. After d4, I think that Freycinet played that too, the French Grandmaster. Black has to be prepared for that. That's a very sharp line. h3, not so much. h3 is sort of standard. So black can either play bishop h5 or take on f3 here. taking is pretty safe. I think the safer way for black to play. Bishop h5 is fine. It's a little congested for black, honestly. The lines with bishop h5, I think. Let's see. Now g6, and the idea is if queen d1, bishop h6. This is a known idea. So he plays d3, not to let me play bishop h6. But there are a number of games, many games have been played in this line. It's really a matter of taste. The lines with bishop h5 are more complicated and a little bit harder to play, and I think are a little more dangerous. But at the same time, maybe they're more tense and more complicated. Aronian, for example, played the line with bishop h5. I know a lot of practical grandmasters like Strapansky, Sergei Kudrin, who played this line. I mean, like Kudrin, who plays the dragon, and it's not really surprising that he would choose to play a setup based on g6. So, let me know what you guys think. Rossolimo Sicilian, really important variation. I mean, it can be played against knight c6, it can be played against d6. I don't really like the other lines for black, although theoretically, like 3 knight d7 against bishop b5 check. I think that was Kasparov's choice, but it's not a walk in the park for black. There are dangers, and knight d7 is kind of a slow, like, sort of move. Keeps maximum tension. So a4 now. Yeah, this is starting to look like white's made an awful lot of pawn moves here. But anyway, the standard like counterplay here looks like rook b8 and b5. It's kind of like I'm playing the English with white, and black has played a sort of amorphous setup with like e5 and d6. Shouldn't be dangerous, but I have given up my white square bishop. So be careful with your white squares when you play this line, or any line where you like give up the white square bishop early, as I have here. Be careful on the white squares. And hopefully the stream is okay. I didn't see any comments for a little while there. g4, I was just talking about pawn moves, and this seems like a lot of pawn moves for white. Now g4, a4, man, I mean, you're kind of pushing the envelope here. I knew a guy, an American master, who played like this against Kudrin once. It didn't turn out too well for white. So I just refreshed my Twitch stream, and it looks like, I don't know if we lost the stream. It was kind of empty in the chat room. Didn't see anybody talking. So okay, knight d7. We're trying to control the dark squares like e5, d4, accentuate the idea of playing b5, b4, controlling the long diagonal. He's sort of playing as if like he's done this before, but it looks kind of good for black. I mean, I don't think that there's a whole lot of play. White would need f4, bishop g2, and like e5 real fast for this to work. Okay, a takes b, a takes b. We're going to try to play b4. And you can see the coordination that black has here. Playing for control of all the dark squares on the long diagonal. Just to let you guys know, if you missed part of the stream or you want to see the whole video, I'm uploading most of the Twitch streams to YouTube. My YouTube account, which is Video Chess Training. So